Today, fellow legends, we start Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. And thus, as we have done through every expansion up until this point, let us watch the trailer first and see what surprises we're in store for. Okay, so we're just starting right off the bat with Stormblood's ending, Stormblood's post. Erzine Alliance, Garlean Empire.
How many years have come and gone since that day?
Hey, Xenos.
How many years have I waited for this moment?
Ending it on Samurai. Actually, we ended it on Samurai, too.
For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called. Of light.
So now we're getting into Shadowbringers content. There's Bahamut, Dalamud, Hydaelyn, Hraesvelgar. This is up till now. Stormblood. Minerva.
What sayest thou, Master Matoya?
Matoya?
We may accept this fate, or defy it. But we cannot deny it.
Deny? I am not wont to run from my troubles.
Young Matoya? Oh, whoa? Dragoon, okay. Monk. So that's ARR, Heavensward, and Shadowbringers.
Until our friend returns, I will hold the line. No. Yes?
This town certainly has changed.
That is
Not
Thancred.
at all for the better.
He's a gunbreaker now, of course he is.
I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, Minfilia.
Wow. this is the Vero reveal. That's Crystal Tower. Is that our boy?
Tragedy, greater even than the seventh umbral calamity.
No, it's not. It's not Graha.
Must be undone.
Samurai. So now we're at Stormblood. So then we're gonna go Dark Knight?
If history must be unwritten, let it be unwritten. Become what you must.
There's Dark Knight.
Become the warrior of darkness.
Interesting. Which harkens back to the Warriors of Darkness from Heaven's Word Post, right? Was it 3.4? God, that's going to be a fun one. Yes, and so we are changing it up a little bit. I know I did say that we're going to do Dark Knight, and we are doing Dark Knight. We're going to be doing Dark Knight in post for those of you that might not have been around for the announcements. We'll be doing Dark Knight in post. We were doing Reaper, which if you have not seen, I have actually already solidified the Reaper glam that I am going for. Unfortunately, as of right now, we can't do Warrior. So as our class distribution is as such, you may take pause if you need to, if you're on the channel. Dark Knight and Red Mage were the only 80 skips. That was also to help get full Diadoko set, which many, many people, thank you in chat, did help me get full Diadoko sets. I've been using Warrior to solo a bunch of content. And Dark Knight will be taking place at 80. So while I learn more of Reaper, I figured let's go have some Reaper fun. And if you haven't seen the glam yet, oh boy, we got a Reaper glam for you, and I am a huge fan of it. I actually really like this scythe. This is the PvP scythe. If you haven't seen, you can go to exchange it for the trophy crystals. I dyed it. I believe it is ruby red, and this is most of this is the Ao Oni set, also from PvP. I think this is Wolfmark specific, and this is the priest. This is effectively all just PvP gear, but it goes very, very hard. So with that being said and out of the way, let us commence with Shadowbringers. Powder, tell me the things. Error Ward, Heaven's Word, Shadowbringers, and all. It started with Archer, which wasn't the poster drop for 1.0. I didn't actually realize that. But yeah, I love seeing the actual like progression of jobs from Archer to Warrior to Dragoon to Samurai and then to Dark Knight, which Dark Knight will be our late game because we're already leveled in that aspect because of the level skip. We have a stroke of good luck at our search for the beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down to the hollows around the base of Crystal Tower. Interesting. Throw wide the gates. Path that we'd ever found if the Ironworks and the Suns hadn't added the numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering under every nook and cranny. Still, it seems like there's a lot of ground to cover. Because we're the last Scion standing, aren't we? My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner you travel to where it is the mysterious voice is coming from. The sooner we can work on how to help our friends. Need to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling in, meaning we have no time to lose. Right, because Xenos and, I can never remember his dad's name, Zos Galvez, he had to return back to the homeland. Boat North Servitor waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. What is this music change? That's interesting. Playing as Ruby Rose. Not quite. It's a little different. That being said, it's much better than having to, stop, do ultimate content, try and get an ultimate clear and get a scythe that way. Oh, hi, Rev. Judging me just sitting there in Revenant Stole. Time something apart from Totter, yeah. Yeah, because Alice, she went down too. So now we have to actually dig into Crystal Tower. You're good for me. The scythe is very well. All the scythes in this transform. It's kind of their shtick. But yeah, no, this one specifically, the big F off PvP scythe, it goes really hard. In a survey, madam, eastern shore of the lake and the swiftest way to get there by boat. I mean, yeah, there would be areas around Crystal Tower, right?
Look how many people there are. Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
I did not expect that voice from Biggs.
Biggs! Wedge!
70. Yeah, I think there was one with a chainsaw.
Aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse call it the chief of some other business. So we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
I know it's not the first time. I just
Thank
totally
you, both of
spaced
you.
it.
I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
As if the beacon is a device and not something otherwise inherently inconspicuous.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no!
The fat cat part of the trailer definitely was pretty on the nose. That did not escape my notice. That was kind of neat. Crystal. Is it a jobstone?
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Yeah, you could say that.
Isn't that the ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
Todderu freaking. It's so funny because I just did the whole like stereo Genbu
Focus on my voice.
Stormblood quest line, and Todderu kept being called what was it?
Contract.
It wasn't Rascal.
Become instant.
God, what are they?
This must be it. The device. Well, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Urchin, thank you. Yes.
Safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
Okay, so we're TPing somewhere else entirely while this war is going on. Interesting. Well, I guess life transferring somewhere else. Came after this released. But you clearly see fat cats in Stormblood though. It's actually the fat cat model when you're down with like Genbu and Suzaku and stuff in Hell's Lid. Like it's literally fat cat there. Unless somehow the Shadowbringers trailer dropped before whatever patch that was. Hi, Heidelin. I don't look forward to fighting you this expansion. Yes, Google spoiled me that Heidelin Extreme exists. I don't know how.
Do not look at me so.
Oh, you gotta be like that.
There's no freedom in that.
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you.
Hi, guys.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
All All right, Hush front jump scare. I saw that. There was a lot in that cutscene. I guess sequence, technically. Well, good to see you again.
Your time has not yet come.
Uh-huh. Time for what? Oh, this is awful. God. This would feel awful to, like, actually exist in. I'd buy it for $400. The issue is it's sold out in the first hour. Somebody say Dark Souls? Oh, guys, we never left Dark Souls 3. This is just the Ring City. So that's the old Warrior of Darkness, right? Yeah. This is from patch 3.4. Wow, we're jumping right to this. I thought this would be later in the expansion from the trailer. Well, yeah, the axe, too. The axe is a dead giveaway for the job.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Way too quiet. Bird. He looks similar to the old dude. The old
There to meet someone out here is not a peddler himself. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
Interesting. The one who brings you in the intro cutscene and who takes you out through the, what do you call it? After the ARR things. Interesting.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time.
Oh, they're all triplets. Interesting. So this is intentional.
And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, yet he'd reply.
The shadows are spasming out.
Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when.
This is a world of light.
You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then.
Yeah, no, it totally mimics the start of the journey. That's why I was like, wait a minute. I'm Gucci, homie.
Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around.
That is a big
Go
ring.
on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
The Ring of Chameleon? Maybe?
Dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy.
That is a crystal tower.
There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
What an intro. Kind of a slow burn intro, actually, but to be fair, Stormblood's finale kind of did a lot of the heavy lifting. And if this is how we're starting, it's just going to get even bigger from here. Yeah, because I don't even have mounts yet. So that's there. Well, I would argue this is a world of light. This is a world devoid of dark. Beautiful in certain aspects, but absolutely barren in others. Not dissimilar to Dark Souls and the first flame never actually going out. How the world just drags on.
Halt.
Banui. Ah, here we go again.
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
Funny with an accent, yeah.
From where do you hail?
It's the less cool here. Answer these questions
Do
three.
you take me for a fool? No such place exists.
What is your favorite color?
Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
Dancer Banui. What's that? That's the opposite of a void scent. Interesting. And it disappears into light.
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
Yep, it's his ring.
Everything all right, Captain?
It's him.
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Banui.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
The real time is passing. I wonder what the conversion is between us being here.
I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Interesting. Well, we have to understand how long the others have been here, because it might be a one-to-one conversion, or it could be that time is compressed for us out there, but time is expanded for us in here. Yeah, the light does feel bright and oppressive. Yep, that's the entire vibe. It's a world of light, devoid of dark.
Before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons. I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief.
You know, become instant, right? Yeah.
And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions. That is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light.
Yeah, it's a world of light. It has been consumed with light.
It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now.
The Sin Eaters, like we saw. Beings of light.
Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes. And though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
At least he's got manners. Yeah, good. It's a good gameplay thing of like, yeah, 9/10 of this was obliterated or consumed. They don't have to model the other 9/10 of it. Well, you're not necessarily exploring the entire planet as well. Yeah, no, we are just in the Isekai arc. That's the one. No, yes. Got my Final Fantasy outfit.
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Interesting. Crystarium. I think my weapons actually exceed that right now. Oh, it's so hard to tell. I mean, I'm going to get incremental weapon upgrades anyways. Doesn't really matter. Yes, I know my inventory is a mess. Cool. Meant to be yet? No. That should be copied factor, which is the alliance rate. I'm assuming that's post. Being discussed in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a former grasp of the situation here, and it would have you visit a few of the Crystarium civic leaders and glean something in this world and its predicament. Yeah, that's post. So I don't even, I'm not getting the copied factor until the end. Take it directly to the Aetheryte, a convenience which I'm sure you're only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should in theory be able to reach all the way back along the drill to find a connection to the source, believe it or not. Strongly suggest you complete this tomb before venturing any further. Hey, go pick up your TP point because you're going to need it. Hint, hint. Then so walk up the steps next to the Aetheryte and head out to the left to arrive at the Crystalline Mean. It's where you'll find your collected and crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Catless, one of the people I would like you to meet. Then down. To reach him, the Cabinet of Curiosity, you want to avoid the aforementioned steps, take the exit to the left, and simply continue straight. Long down you come too large towards the end of the path. The Republican should be is Braggy, whenever man in charge. Trade distribution needs to be found in the markets, which you can access on the opposite side of the Aetheryte Plaza. Hey, hint, hint, go pick up the Aetheryte, glaring right in your face. These my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. And the directions were simple enough. Very good. I can see the layout of Crystarium owes to more historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn of its twists and turns before long. Stop going to the older cities, right? Your approach to citizens you discovered during your encounter with the captain. The people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars. They'll go up the truth of your origin. Being the case, when you ask once they hail you, and we will, says you claim to share homeland with the Crystal Ezhark. That is an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you finish making the rounds, please meet me at the large courtyard of the center of town. Until then, so am I setting this as a favorite point or my home point? Because Kugan is my current home point. I guess I could set this as the home point because if I'm diving into Shadowbringers, oh hi. I see everyone has come to say hi. Nice to see you. Nice to actually be able to actually do this. Home point, got it. I figured since I'm in Shadowbringers, it might actually make sense to drop this as a home point. It gets expensive. Yeah, I believe it. Well, I also have the house that I can go to, so I mean, not bad as well. Also, hey, Aetheryte. Well, thank you. Good to see you, Wolf. You detect the flow of vast, distinct curse in the ether. These energies, faint but stable, should allow you to teleport Aetherites at the source. Yeah, so that's going to be that. Okay. Now I get to actually do the quest. Probably need to start attuning these Aetherites anyways. Let me snag those. Wait, where is... Okay, there's the... Okay, so the other one's got to be down below then. I mean, it's a really cool locale. I didn't even think I thought it was going to be similar to Stormblood, where, hey, we start off in Gridania/Gurabanya, and then we have to go all the way to the Far East. So I'm very surprised that right off the bat, they just kind of brought you into this. I guess, I mean, it was set up a lot. You know, Stormblood set up a lot that they could kind of run with this. Rare to see a place so stocked with the goods, isn't it? But not here. Guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen to find sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier. The city just come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer than here than it is out there. They're more civilized too, thanks to us in the mean. We work together to procure materials and resources and craft goods, which makes city life possible. This is a place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Say muffin. What? Do not think I'll be handed you on a plate like those. Ilmoran layabouts here in the Crystarium. We work for a living. Allegon Sphere. I see the orb in the background. You're no stranger to honest labor. You, with indolence about you, like some folk I've met. Still, can't quite pretend your profession. Where is it you're from? The Exarch's countryman, you say. I see. Well, then I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friends of his are friends of ours. It's quite incredible when you think about it. Say this grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. So he teleported it from somewhere. Long for Dro's refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes in the flood. That's how the Crystarium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started growing up with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower. The Crystarium expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us, where the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He indeed a man of many mysteries. For all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. If he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, and the folk here respecting your wish for privacy, I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you've ought to contribute to that front, should have come back to it once you've had a chance to settle in. Ask for Catless. Find a niche here in the crystalline mean. You can help keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Life of the Crystarium. It's almost like I don't even craft. Don't craft at all. Yeah, so there's just an Allegon Sphere here. Okay. I'm sure that'll get addressed at some point. Launch. Let me go hit some of these really quick. At least it encourages exploration around there. What is that? Is that a bird? That is an bird. I pick those up where I can, because that's going to get expensive fast if I don't. Small shard. They're pretty rough hewn. I kind of like the aesthetic. My favorite, stairs, ever since Final Fantasy VII. Stairs, my beloved. I'm gonna hit that. We're gonna go back down. Bird more like a lizard. Really? It's gonna be interesting to see up close. I guess I could have teleported here. Lizard with 2 wings. I love him. I love them already. It almost looks like an infected aetherite, or at least it's composed of a different material. Fascinating. Lizard Dogberg, right? They got bonus Omnicraft request. I have not. My combat classes may be great, but my crafters and gatherers are they leave much to be desired. I assure you. Swole Amalja, if you will. Can I not go through here? No, I cannot. Yo, what? I can do that? That's amazing. Okay, so this has got some verticality to it. That's kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of Arbitorium, right? Or what? Arbordium? Can't remember how you say it. But yeah, that one, that dungeon. I love that people are watching like, wait, you can do that? Yeah, apparently. I regularly, with much fervor, throw myself off ledges in this game. This is just normal. They were created from lizards in lore. Ah, interesting. Arboretum. I thought it was Arboretum. But yeah, Arboretum. Yeah, that one. You know what I'm talking about. Stupid tree dungeon. How it's got some of the same ponds and stuff like that. Yeah, that's that Ethernet accessed. God, this is a... You can... This is such a far cry from, like, Oldon stuff. Who really just had a limited... Just performance ability. Because it was all made back on PS3. Even so, you recently come to the city. Perchance I'm quite familiar with our civic roles you see. And, well... yes. I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll, even a scrap of scribble parchment? I mean, I can go write something. It's just something a session of mine as well as a profession. Librarian Morin at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. That's a lot of books. Your powers of perception is likely informing the colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. Traffic has lost a life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was. The damage to recorded knowledge is no less catastrophic. We few all do what we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for anything in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Do you an interest in modern history? Splendid. A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. First, something visual to accompany the account. I think I've illustrated a history book for children somewhere. Just a moment, I'll fetch it for you. Actually, just getting told, hey, go read a kid's book. Amazing. And here are. Would you like to pull up a chair, make yourself more comfortable? On with the lesson then. Oh, please tell me he's going to actually read to us like a kid's book. Ah, so good. Amazing. Actually, just story time. 100 years ago, or 100 near enough not to matter, villain's known as the Warrior of Light, so the Shadow Keeper, Steward of Darkness. So this is 3.4. This is the after effects of 3.4. Wake of the tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. Pulled and swallowed without cease until a day an enormous blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. Called this the calamity of the flood of light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Yeah. Yeah, just when all seemed that would fail, a savior appeared before us. Oracle light, she stood twixt us and her approaching doom, and by her power did she save the flood. Thus was Novarant alone spared the fate of erasure. Gradually would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect. Devil the few folk who survived. These sin eaters, or light incarnate, in their effulgent presence stole the light, or stole the night from Novarant sky. Here now they circle the remaining bastion civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. Interesting. Honestly thought the librarian was Xenos for a second. Does the world become what it is? Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I'd be glad to tell it to you. Rather I speak of other matters, too would be my pleasure. Should be glad of company. Tell you about the flood of light. I mean, it could be Minfilia as the Oracle of Light. It could be, or maybe that's why the Oracle of Light needed another vessel. There's a number of plot lines this can go down. Wait a minute. Door, please. Jace, thank you for the resub. I did see that 3 months. It's already been 3 months, hasn't it? Little light, but because the creatures that came from beyond the flood. That's how I understand that. But there might be more to that, and that is still, as far as we are aware, just a story. Okay, just making sure I have that unlocked. Okay, next is going to be to the right. The Rotunda. I can't imagine what this was like day one with so many players, the entire player base here. This must have been grand. We're gonna come back to you in a second. Because that would be exactly, yeah, no, yeah, it's all good. There's certain things that can and can't be said because spoilers. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it was nuts. There might have been performance issues depending on how many there were. Time this is over. I mean, it's potentially. This should be the last E thread unless I'm missing one. No issues day one. Interesting. Cool. There we go. Having that extra movement tech is going to be great. I usually go around and I usually unlock all the Aetherites first, just because it makes traveling a lot easier if I have to, you know, go and talk to a bunch of people. The pull-up did until 5.3, and that following FanFest. Really? Okay, so it was a while. It was till Shadowbringers post that we got a lot of it. Interesting. New to the city, friends. Been getting wide eyes gave you away. Welcome, my name is Bragan. I'm one of the master of these markets. You just take another official title, but not happy using it. Too floored by half. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment from Mistel, such as yourself. For Mistel, such as yourself, finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem. Something wrong. See if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is a Hume. And the taller one is an elf. Oh my god. So over there is a Galgant. Horn is a Drawn. Happening. Larger scaly chaps with the long tails and neck raising livestock. Those would be the Zune. I love it. This is perfect. It's apparently not a name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. Seems okay. Well, that explains it. You're much further flung than that. We've few of your lot passed through in recent years, despite their obvious learning, landed over the simplest things. Do not worry. Should you find yourself confused by the local language or custom, we're here to answer your questions. This is the first. Okay. I'm actually a huge fan of this because, like, it's made for such a large area. And just going back, it's not really, I mean, it's all still an active MMO, don't get me wrong. Like, this person right there. But just going back in time on some of these MMOs is kind of strange and kind of wild. Yeah, I clipped it. Because it's really like walking into the past. What was? What could have been? How many people used to be here? How many people used to hang out in this area? That's always just kind of been an interest of mine. Give it a hum, right? yeah, I caught the years, yes. So time is definitely... Our time here is minutes and hours where we came from. Oh, excuse me. I just figured my colleagues help you form a clear picture of the world and its people. Last night before Endwalker dropped. Yeah, go for it. You were threatened the most thorough introduction. I understand. Excuse me, you were treated the most thorough introduction. It was something of a chore, but it was necessary for you to grasp the things before we proceed. It's the Crystal Tower's origin. You may have noted the details were sparse. Structures, in fact, the same one you know from the source, transported the first in its entirety. First attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. Although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. You've done as I requested and learned something in the world of which you find yourself. Now it's time I filled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen of your comrades. Conversation I'd rather have in private in my quarters, however, I must go on ahead and pound organs a few things, but just see if the guard knows to admit you. Where is he? Where is Catboy? I don't know what that name is. There something I should know? Yeah, so there was like this dude Amon. He was singing opera, some snakes, some ice. Had to you know kill the wall boss. It was a whole thing. There was an eye in there too. I'm afraid of no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. We can visit the mystery another time. For now, I think it best we focus on the present. Amon, fantastic hat. Ring a bell. Find the hat anywhere? I want that hat. Interesting. Because we actually get to explore more of Crystal Tower. Door. Oddly specific number of circles.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow Scions. To put it simply, they are here in the first. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source.
Right.
In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted.
Interesting. So it's not a one-way conversion, and it's dependent on the area. Interesting.
That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence, and thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time. As for your companions, however, Y'shtola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5.
Damn, Thancred always just gets sent alone most places.
Even our more
that poor man.
recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the first for almost a year.
Wild.
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch.
Thancred once again, without clothes. This poor man.
Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
Man, it's actually 2 for 2.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die.
Wouldn't be the first time.
And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity. Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
For the moment. He's trying.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
That one, the 12 o'clock one, that is the one with the star. Interesting. Starbury has a number of residential districts, but I've been informed that the room has just become available at Independence. So it turns out this perfect path there will take us past the markets. So I was hoping to give you my own introduction to the wares. Come along. Poor Thancred. He tries his best. With your ham kip? Man, if only. Thank you for the sub. Or I should say the resub. Nah, he's just chicken. He's just vibing. Such a big area.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here.
I like the brick wall. Kind of reminds me of Kingdom Hearts. I think it was like Terrytown.
Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency.
No, Travis Town.
The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
Right. No, Traverse Town. I was thinking Terrytown's Breath of the Wild, which is the kingdom.
Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood.
Right.
After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal.
Yeah.
As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil. A word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And
Right.
as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice.
That's just standardized currency. I like it.
From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter.
Right. Could be
Our way
variance.
of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Tombstones. Tombstone gear! So many tombstones.
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your homeworld.
Right.
Avan Kerm Sin?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
Oh no. The fairies have arrived.
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine lady is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from her home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
So how does... I'm gonna have to play the Scholar quest line. I wonder how the pixies here equate to the pixies from Eorzea. In fact, Irish pixies.
You came from beyond, didn't you?
They're
From
not
beyond
the same.
rift.
Interesting.
Wonderfully exciting. What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did. You've the heart of a pixie, you do.
Do I?
After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin.
Contract? Contract? Contract?
Answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Yeah, all of them are fine. Yeah.
Just as I thought. Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass.
I thought it was
From
Scottish.
this moment forth I will
Okay.
be your Isnafis, and you my Snayak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other. Raise your hand.
Okay, so it'll be familiar. Okay, so it has no relation to the actual pixies here.
Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
That's the one.
Mayhap her message to your friends in the source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Must send to Mob Boss, because Mob Boss Totter will actually break my kneecaps if I don't. But Cry will be disappointed.
That was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings.
They are beings of
They
magic.
rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium.
So are the pixies like the Moogles of this world? Is that the context here?
Right. We were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
And there's a lot more voice acting in this. Find out in later zone. Okay, fair enough. If that is spoiler territory, do not worry about that. The removals mark rewards the summoning bells in the first. Right, makes sense. Jace thinks hard. Wait a minute. Kip, why do you keep asking these questions? Oh, I can't wait to see off-brand Moogle. Mom, can we go get a Moogle? The first. We have Moogles at home. The first Moogles. I can't wait. I'm ecstatic. We haven't seen anything made of Surmit yet. I know Surmit comes into play with the weapon series. Also because, you know, I have Tourmaline and Ruby weapon from PvP. And I know Sapphire weapon exists. I know the weapon series exists. And I know they're made of Surmit. Which is interesting how the Garleans got a hold of that. Accommodations, you have a private home here at the Penance for the duration of your stay. Make use as you see fit. Ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray, rest, and recuperate. We shall reconvene at the Ocular Anon. That's all the practical concerns. For answering my call, we aren't denying comfort blanket at night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. Cermet. C-E-R-M-E-T, I think. Meet you, miss, and welcome to your home independence. Room is ready if you care to retire. I'm curious how they're going to tie that plot point together. Hit and miss gear out of the tombstone gear. Well, I use it for the stats. I always Crypt Lurker gear, in my opinion, is mid and incredibly mid, but it does have stats, and I need these stats. What a cool bench of Shadowbringers has been so far. Who goes? Is this the Warrior of Darkness from 3.4? Yes, it is. Because remember,
You're the Warrior of Light from the Source.
Because remember, he died and was incorporeal, and that's how he's able to come to Eorzea and was sent back with Hydaelyn. And who are you? I love it.
What? Did you just... You can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, gods, how long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness.
The Warrior... No.
My real name is Ardbet. I used an alias in the Source. A daft one, looking back.
A little bit. A little edgy.
If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the Source and tried to hasten their goddamned ardor. I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia, how she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the First.
Small white mage.
The flood was poised to swallow Norvrand, Minfilia and my friends. They surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness.
Survivor's guilt.
Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood? A 100 years. 100 long years.
Yeah, that survivor's guilt for that very long period of time would suck. He is just a spirit.
My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift.
Was it coded by Bethesda? Yes, that one.
I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room.
Oh no, his VA is going really hard here.
You can see me. What are you even doing here, come to that?
Well, fine, I can stop talking to you. No, interact with the world. Oh, exactly. Would drive anyone nuts.
You were summoned to save the First. a waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who tried to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured.
It's just the mitigations. You have your bloodwetting ability. I mean, it just keeps you alive in content. I mean, like, solo Shinryu is just cake with that. Solo Savoryu is a little hard. You just don't die. Your mitigation is just that powerful, dude.
If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end.
Every warrior when they're the last one standing in endgame content.
Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
It's not the will to use those mitts. He better have gained 10 levels from the time we last saw him. Gunbreaker to a lesser extent. Gunbreaker's gonna be wild. I'm saving that as my last tank. I need to organically just try it and engage with it. Oh, absolutely. No, Gunbreaker right here is amazing if you can use it. Not everyone can control the beast. I guess that's fair. But to be fair, he has a relic weapon and is a level 50 warrior. Come on now. Like, it'd be different if he was like, you know, like standard non, you know, protagonist. Man is actually protagonist. Hi. Hi, Matthias. How's it going? Let's go here. Moon's haunted. No, it's not. Moon is fine. Absolutely nothing will go wrong on the moon. Might just like the drip. I think that is fair, I guess. And Walker has a Gunbreaker with a class-specific gear. Just legend. I'm still just shy of... look at the weather totem and the mini-map when you get the chance. Give me 1 second. Weather token. Everlasting light. Ah, interesting. I'm getting closer with 012. I can get past shield phase and shield cast phase, but it's the last phase that's getting me. It's when you have to hit them both simultaneously, both OM and OF. I don't have the mechanical skill to do that right now, but I'm getting closer to soloing it. Not S, not 012S, but 012. I'm getting there.
How did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest. That is good to hear. Should you want for anything, pray let me know.
Healer friends a heart attack, right?
Let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts.
It didn't say, oh no, on comms.
This map shows the lands of Northrend, the only area to be spared the flood of light.
Look at all that light. I hate it.
The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the Ghostly Visitor one.
To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Meg. That is where you'll find Urianger.
Oh my god, please don't. We're just playing Dark Souls. To the north, you will find the kingdom of Il-Meg with Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight, and the Four Kings. To the south, you'll find Nito, first of the undead. I love this setup because I joke on it so much.
Like the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest.
Why does this not surprise me? Of course your Stola found the forest.
Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty.
Yeah.
As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium.
To the west.
Alphino is on Calusia. an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness.
Of course, Alphino found where the rich lifestyles, the rich and the famous. That's Alphino's theme right now.
Part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armarang. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe.
I mean, are all four equally accessible? Because I'll go blitz Y'shtola.
So, will it be Calicia or Armarang?
Damn.
It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you have made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount.
Chat.
But you must be wondering about Thancred.
Where is he?
He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin Eaters.
Of course he is. Chat. Is Kip gonna go where all the rich people are and engage in capitalism? Or is Kip gonna go where all the enemies are and engage in combat?
Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
Pant. Go with the right? Well, it technically looks like you have to do both. Yes, Queen, thank you for the resub. How's it going? Apart for Armalang, I'll say I'll be overjoyed to see you safe. Just particularly concerned for your well-being. She impressed on me how incredible the timing of her summoning was repeatedly. Thank you for the raid as well. So what are you playing? My part in sending you will gather more some measure of forgiveness. Here's the letter of introduction addressed to a man named Kassard, master of the merchant caravan. You who know the ways of the desert as well as he does, find him in our launch. You will see you reach your destination. Yeah, so you got to pick up both anyways. Hey, Nightmare, how's it going? Yeah, we can just leave. I mean, I'll come back for Alphino later. Miss 14. It's a very good game. We just hit Shadowbringers. So we have Shadowbringers, we have Endwalker, and then we're caught up for Dawn Trail. Well, caught up story-wise for Dawn Trail. There's so many stuff I have to do, like ultimates and stuff. I have so much I have to do. Well, welcome, Raiders. It's good to see you all. So that is the welcome to Shadowbringers. No, come back here. Quest marker. Power stream for... Nice! Congrats on the Power World stream. I've been itching to come on stream and play it because I just got it. Build missive. Doing pretty well. A little bit of a long stream today, but we got through a bunch of stuff we needed to, and then we're starting with this expansion. Next arc, we're going to meet someone in Armarang. Are you? Just be your guide. We'll set off for the outpost there. As a matter of fact, so we can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need. Yes, you now travel to Armarang, speak to the right Amaro chamber to fly to the desert. Also use your Aether Compass to assist with locating Aether Currents in your region. The Aether Compass can be found... Yes, I know about Aether Compass. Standardized Aether Compass. With the W fam. Yeah, it was good to see you. Hey, how's it going?
From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang once rose.
It's just the Ring City.
When I...
It's where you fight Gale.
Long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armarang meant majestic land in the language of his people.
Bird.
And so
Blizzard bird.
It still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
Bird. I mean, it's doing a lot of world building in such a short period of time. Like, wow. Yes, no, this fish consistently makes my brain hurt. I don't know how many times I come here, the cold never fails to catch me off guard. The sky may be bright as the scorching hours of the day. Gets brisk enough to make you shiver. And the exact letter says take you in at Journey's Head, which is the friend of yours, Alice, is staying, but it's a fair old distance, so I promise. Supposed to make a stop in Mortsock. Break up the trek, allowing me to attend to some business. You to enjoy local hospitality. Sounds good? Good. Alright, a lot of you. I'm off. Better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. That's the one. Southwest straight as the arrow. It definitely nails strange foreign land as a vibe. Oh, I'm gonna aggro all of these things. I'm sorry, what? No way. No way. That's actually I thought this said Gigatenda. It's a Giganten. What the hell? I don't like it here. I don't like it here. Send me back. I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. The Giga Chad. Nope, I'm good. I'm good. I'm out. Nope, you can't make me. Nope, I'm good. Where's the Tamarang? Is it not? Cross the river saying you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. No, I don't want to feast my eyes on it again. I already saw it. I don't like it. Oh, God. This is going to be a boss one. I know there's going to be a boss fight with a giant cactar. Because I know the Luna Tender exists on the moon. There's going to be a hunt for this, isn't there? Deal 10 million. Yeah, okay, see, thank you for proving my point. Yeah. Built them big, didn't they? It's also Shaw, a fortress named to protect the northern reaches of Nabatharang. And what's left behind, I believe it was once of Navaron's mightiest nations. Still, the flood came along. Great chunks of Nabatharang's lands were lost into the light, great city included. Few who survived didn't see much point in staying. Most of them, anyways. No, not many choose to come here these days. Not with everything in ruins. Even the hulking great fortress become little more than an Amara roost. Me and my caravan. Not everywhere is so deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Mordsock. Press on, shall we? I want to see what the edges of the map look like. Like if there's just gonna be a wall of light there, or if it's gonna be similar like Assassin's Creed, trying like 1 and 2, trying to leave the area. How it's just like a wall. One needle and pin you to the wall. Exactly. Why am I so close to the cactar? What is happening? I don't want to be there. Hi. So they got a little basilisk here too. Okay. I like the enemy variety. I was not expecting the giant cactar. Okay. Look south. I guess I was pointing south. I guess, yeah. I guess it's a bunch of clouds and shit. Yeah, interesting. Here we are. It's by Blessed Shadow. I love this town. It's still just 216,000 XP. Don't worry about it. Not full of more, but Humes in a manner. Humes in a manner of others too. A long refuge for folks displaced by the floods, so population is nothing if not diverse. Remember before they might look a little like shifty little blighters, more welcoming, thought you could never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we shall pay respects to Master Gengen. I will go ahead and let him know we've arrived. Bird. Look, he is actually just a bird lizard. I love him. Yeah, so I can hit the Aetheryte and then I can head that direction. Perfect. It's so quiet here. I love when games and anime and media do quiet right. I'm all good. Like I'm super happy with this actually. The ambience goes really hard. Are these the Wish.com kobolds? Oh, I guess we haven't seen kobolds without their mask, to be fair. What's the ambience? Straight, exactly. Like the ambience and sound design, if it's good on something, it's so good.
This is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mordsook.
I was not expecting him to sound like that.
Sook is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang.
Oh no, you forgot to get it.
From the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too. Many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mordsook's a different story.
Mordsook, interesting.
Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Mord do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money.
Giga
and
hat.
So our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Mord philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed.
Mood.
Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals.
Beast tribe?
And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
Hey zing, hey zing.
King of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
Okay.
As the good Mord says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
You fool. You've alerted the capitalists.
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer. I have jars and pots so smooth and shiny.
Over here!
Come and look!
You buy, you buy.
Amazing.
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots.
No pots.
Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
Amazing. Current objective, survive, yes. I love it. This is perfect. Oh my god. That was amazing. Eat for 3 before you leave. I love that. No, it's great. It's a very great motto. Everywhere, stamp to your person, fill your belly, take your time. No sip before you, but no drooling on the merchandise, yes. As well as zoom and target food stuff inspected with that. Okay. I love that we're still using the point and click adventure mechanic. Are those tortillas? Where's my squapes? Where are my grapes? Where are my square grapes? Bread. Meat. Wheat. My ever-burning bounty made with the best parts of lizard, cure with my specialty spicy sauces. Some find this meal challenging. Warming up on chilly desert nights. No pop before going into danger to the right. Must call mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruits. And the bread dries out. It'll still be moist inside. Keeps going. That actually is kind of genius, though, honestly. Worms. Everyone's favorite plump white worms, but slathered in honey. Once you eat a glazed wriggly, you'll never want any other treat. Uh-huh. I see the frog. That's barbaric. Like those chewy skewers, find some small frogs hiding under the rocks, spear them, stick, roast them over fire, crackling the outside, give in the inside, perfect for snacking. Or get Stola when you can. What? Okay. Choose what choose. I don't know. The mush love kind of seems like it would go hard. He's not. Oh my god, can you? That's so funny. Frank Kip, have a snack. No, I'm good. Surprise you 40 loaves of bread. Jesus Christ. All of the bread. I mean, I was gonna choose the meat. The worms. No, because if I get the worms, the fish will know. Amazing. I actually ate 40 loaves of bread. Skyrim challenge. Yes. Chug, 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 chug. After what a belly, a new legend is born in most. Don't worry about it. Your point for Stract, and please accept your custom, and can you be pleased that you honored ours? I'm gonna need a second. Keep the merchandise down. Yes, no returns. Right. Amazing. That was flawless. Watching you prepare, you honored our custom with great relish. You will always be welcome in Mort 2 if you need anything. Orang we are to provide. Get the courage, my friend. Run-runs wares are more exotic than harmful. I don't envy you for the belly you have tomorrow. Right. Maybe, and I expect you'll be eager to get back on the road. Mind if we delay our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I can conclude my business here in Mort 2. Oh, offering your services, are you? Well, an assistant would be certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt here for some goods that need picking up from the market. All properly paid for, you just need to do the lifting and carrying. I'll take care of the last minute haggling. See you in a bit. You may view the market receipt at any time by doing the quest using the key items menu. Key items. Table cactus, thon, iron ore, thol. Okay, so you have to actually... Interesting. So this actually teaches you to use your... We haven't really had to use them up until this point. Like, use your key items to make sure that, you know, you're not taking what you shouldn't be. To actually check. Yeah, so Thothol's here. I'm sure there's no consequence if you pick the wrong one. Makes sense. Right, I guess what kind of ore was it again? Key items. Iron ore. Cool, so that's the first one. I mean, it's a neat little quest to say that you can normalize the use of key items. Thonton, key items. Thontol. Sorry, Thol. Yeah, so table cactus. Thonton, table cactus. Weird, didn't have to do anything for that one. Oh yeah, I guess you can use that too. I guess you can use it next to the quest, yeah. There's multiple ways of doing it. It's redundancy features. Mill. To be collected from Mole. Orang Antiques. I'm with Orang Antiques. Why didn't you say so? I wouldn't dream of selling. It's good to high bidder. Oh, no. Now with Ring Alex was it? I'll pack the box. Here it is. Handle with care. That wasn't bad. I mean, to be fair, it just refreshes me because, like, I use them doing quests. It's a neat little refresher. Meme channel. I cannot tab out of the game right now. When did you see you with? I see you there, gaslighting me with Omega. Don't you have beast tribes you have to do? Power market already. Bam. Well, all right, good work. Good work too, considering you're not set foot in this place before. I thought you were want to sit in the city like the Exarch, but something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. You could say that. Your efficiency presents something of a problem. I'd hope to conclude all my business before your return, but it seems there's been some confusion in one of the orders I placed. Drag my middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Feels like ages since I last saw you. Who this? Definitely, it's been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. Thought a way to meet with Alice. I'm supposed to be taking her at the corner of the desert, but the misplaced order has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Alice's told me so much about you. You're Kip, aren't you? That's the one. Wait, you know what? Go do 08S. I know you have to do it. I know you don't have Ukab. I know he's wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. I'm Tesla and I work as a career in an inn. I've gotten to know Alice quite well since she took up guard duties here. Take over as Kip's guide, Cassard. My shopping's all done and packed for the road. This wouldn't be no trouble. Be great help, thank you. Looks like you're able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I would be in the air for a while yet. Seek me out when you've had your fill of Amarang. And let me send you back to the Castarium. Yeah, no, Rev still has to do U8S, or O8S. Still has to go and actually unlock it because he keeps saying, I don't really want to play this game. I don't want to do FC stuff. I don't want to raid. Actually, Rev has been desperate to see you. Keeps us eat her sooner rather than later. And too hard really to find. You can actually see the top of the rock spires from here. We need to swing around the ridge, head south. Come on, I'll get my spots together. Meet you outside. Ton of time running Alamega Dungeon over and over to finally drop the Magitech mount. I forgot that it drops. Don't do all. No, you. Well, you know what, Rev? Why don't you want to do 08S, huh? Huh? You keep saying you want to go unlock Ukab. Keep saying that you need to do it. Keep saying that you need to go run it. All such probably mentioned the wildlife. Most of them will leave you alone if you keep your distance. The local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading home from the markets. You just swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but it may let myself down with too many bargains today. Handling beasts that try to make a meal of us. My Alice was saying how much. I mean, let's get going, shall we? Work to live, live to work. Oh, that's a mood. Is that a naked mole rat? That is in fact a sand mole. Need to run Uwu? No, you have to unlock Ukab, I thought. That was your next order of business. You have to do 08S because you haven't actually done it. What is this rock track? That'd be great. I would like to get a little bit further before I even begin to attempt an ultimate. I want a little more technical play under my belt. This battle theme goes hard. Wasn't much time to shadow warning where you hit and those things can be nasty. Hardly mastery, it seems. I thought Alice was strong, but in her mind she was never. Now that makes sense. And well, we should push on. It might be best if you scout ahead and clear out the coyotes that have our scent. So for that. Wait here so you can try without distractions. Why this track go hard? No access endgame right now, so I can technically, I can technically do Ukab. There's nothing stopping me from doing Ukab or Uwa right now, other than I kind of want to do Shadowbringers. I think Reaper was the right choice for this. This actually goes pretty hard. I actually take damage this time, so it's actually kind of neat. Oh, you're all the way back there. Yeah, no, I mean, it's not... Don't get me wrong, I don't have the best gear on. I just have basic, white gear. I mean, it goes pretty hard. Silence. It kind of reminds me of Akana, actually, a little bit. And it's so cool to see just derelict structures out here. It kind of sounds a little bit like it would belong in Crisis Core. Just like a little bit. I can hear it. I could hear the howling and snarling from here, frightful creatures. So the rest have seen your handiwork and what is now. Let's get the supplies back to the inn. Twitch.tv, what? Guys, we have found Twitch. Twitch.tv. We've done it. I like that there's enough spacing between enemies. Oh, that's a golem. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is some fuck. Tiny T-Rex. It's Ren counter. Thank you for that. Thank you for citing that. You can wait a second. Touching grass. A lot of people touching grass nowadays. Okay, now that's a tune too. Ooh, lizard. Thank you, I didn't have to drop my shopping stuff even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make that trip alone. Seems you ended up escorting me. I'll have to repay the favor somehow, but first, let's head inside, shall we? Right, Supernatural, do it. Yeah, this is... people are hurting. Not all fun and games. Welcome to the inn at Journey's Head. Might be your first visitor from the extreme since Alice arrived. Not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. You don't know. I don't think I've been anyone besides Alice who's so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folk have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious. So my best of Alice, I give you the full explanation. Yeah. Cool. There's another factor here. Are they light sick? Now, where is she? Small. Might be out on patrol. Wait, I suppose. Why not go and surprise her? She usually takes a look at things in the watchtower first. You might be able to catch her there. It's not far. Head south and you'll see it. Stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. Balance of ether. Right. Yeah. Oh, there's a number of things that it could be. Only problem to deal with. Yeah. It is a problem. Insomnia is a huge problem as someone that suffers from insomnia. That is a big boy. That is a big boy bug. That's an ether current. I want that. Nobody found me. Spot fresh footprints in the ground about the right size. Zombies? Fast zombies? That is a Gilman. To the northwest. Might as well just kill them. Are these like, what are these? Are these zombies? No, they're Gibdos. They're mummies. Interesting. They also look like they have stone poking out of them, or some sort of protrusions that are stone-like. Go around to the west. Knocking with the music too. I mean, they could be, yeah. You could, in fact, say that. Yeah, just every attack, like potency of like 300. Their potency is just so high on Reapers. Like as a samurai, you know, not necessarily main, but as somebody that likes samurai, I'm looking at Reaper's kit and I'm just like, this is disgusting. Rotation skip. There isn't. Well, this is why I'm using running through this. I don't have a rotation, not quite yet. That's actually why I wanted to go through Shadowbringers as Reaper, because I don't really have the rotation down. So one, it's for me to level it. Two, it's for me to actually understand how the class plays. Actually, over the end of the search stand. Glass cannons. They just do stupid amounts of damage. Reaper and Samurai tie regularly, or they flip-flop back and forth with whoever does more damage. They're the highest. Reaper and Samurai are highest physical DPS in the game. This isn't a consistent number in terms of, I guess, fairly straightforward. It is. No, I don't have it down to a T is the thing. That's there you are.
Back here.
She's actually an Assassin's Creed dive it. Amazing.
Is that... It can't be.
You might want to finish your job first.
Ha!
Yeah, no, it's like I'll get it eventually.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner.
Yeah, because she's aged like a year. She also doesn't have a rapier from home, does she?
How are you?
Interesting. No, it's like 4, 1, 2, 3. I need to be using Jib and Gallows more. I mean, like, it's not a hard rotation.
We've fought them to a standstill, then. The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where 1 would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal.
Oh.
But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters.
Yeah.
That great wall of white is a remnant of the Flood.
Yep.
100 years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a
Yeah, it was good to see you.
colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations.
Right.
Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the Flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether, and triggering the birth of new monstrosities.
So the big ones are actually a problem.
They
Got
are
it.
creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason. Which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
So it's hospice. Terminal care. Matter of time, more for some, less for others. Patients will all become monsters in the end. Unless injury the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast aside, and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing we say about this hellish place is that it has served me as kind of training ground. As many others have also been kind to share their knowledge with the Sin Eaters, which is knowledge I can now share with you. We finished my patrol, of course. You're gonna go take the east side of the inn, clear the west, so that way you can have have an undiluted experience with the resident terrors. Marks on your map where the usual trouble spots are. And any beasts within the white hide or carapace is sin eater, but you'll know for sure when they've come slavering after your ether. Remember, it's kill or be killed on these monsters. And whatever's prowling around here, we can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Good hunting. Oh, I thought I had aggroed something. Yeah. Figured I was going to aggro him. So that's a 4. So I do debuff. 1, 2, 3. Pop. From side. 4. Apply debuff. 1. Like, it's not a hard rotation from what I understand of it. Three gallows. I should have true north that, honestly. Bit. No, my normal attacks don't require positionals. These ones do. Jib and gallows do. Moving is more of just a thing I picked up as Black Mage, because I need to keep moving. Let me see, at least a new legally distinct version. The boss is Saul Goodman. Oh my god, giant cease and desist letter. Perfect. Sand Sucker. Oh no. Go to the house for a second. Rev, I can't leave. I didn't pick up the Aetheryte. I was planning on actually, my stopping point for the night was probably going to be, I was going to see about doing Alpha Nose next. And at that point, we have a good, like, 3-ish hour segment. Because I actually do kind of want to lay down, and I've got like 5 hours of sleep between Hildebrand and doing shit. But yeah, I can go to the house at some point. Really? Yeah, it's because I'm used to slide casting is really what it comes down to. Oh, hi. That did not look like that was fun. It is, in fact, Shadowbringers time. Welcome. There you are. Apply debuff. 1, 2. Or I don't even have to because my gauge is full. Ingress in. Gibbets from the side. Gallows is from rear. I guess I'll do Crest. Why not? I mean, Crest comes back up so quick anyways. It's arguably one of the best mitigations in the fucking game. Oh, was I figured I'd seen them. I think they traded me all the eggs last night with like an absolute Chad. I think they got bonked. Okay, I'm making my way back. People call me paranoid and schizo. Oh, I don't care. Always check the Airbnb. You just never know. The brain rot has truly set in with these memes now. Did you fare? There might be 1 or 2 lurking in the fringes. Nothing out of the ordinary for this area. Expected, individually, the lesser sanities are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat. Much like the Void Scent, they have an unfortunate tendency to flock the strongest of their kind. As powerful Sanityr goes on the hunt, it might be accompanied by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or hamlet. That's the basic idea of my patrols, to call the ranks off enough that the numbers won't be overwhelming and the big ones come out to play, and certain help on that front. Put our victories to Teslin, shall we? The heal on the enhanced crust used to be. I'm pretty sure this is weakened Reaper, like massively toned down Reaper. Very, very straightforward in comparison to a lot of other classes I've played. But remember, I'm like a black mage main, so Samurai was kind of an easy pickup. Tells me you've helped on our patrol. You have our thanks, and my apologies for leading to one battle or another since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad the two of you found each other. You have no idea how badly Alice has missed your company. Everything is always, if Kip were here, they would. No exaggeration, if you don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Kip's methods. No, do not. Also, seeing her action, I understand why. Wish she leaps into the fray without hesitation is really something to behold. I'd be a little smitten myself. Oh, whoa? Audible gasp. I'm only teasing, though. I have no doubt she deserves all the admiration just as you do. I can, after Alice's route, because I'm assuming we're reaching the end, I can hop over to the FC house really quick. Welcome me up with the dudes I put off when I want to. Market are still waiting for me. Alright, there are 101 things that need to be doing. I'm sorry, would you mind waiting here with Alice? What, twiddle thumbs while you work yourself to death? Surely there's not something I can help you with. I could do with hand, that's true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Alice. To continue a few patients, perhaps there are 3 in particular I mean to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them and seeing that their skin isn't caked in sand. The names are Ponwell, Todd, and Halric. Thank you much in the way of response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. Small. There are no Smallafel. I'm sad. On. Once be blank, but you notice the tension in his face cease slightly. Yeah, he's hanging on the edge. Those still is your weapon for. Yep. Okay. Yeah, because remember, auras have the ring around their eye. Skin is hardened to something akin to plaster. Yep. He's transforming. You get to see it in action now. That's rough. James Sub. What? No! Why? I like being a Mikote. Everyone's just gonna have me be a Lalafell. I used to be a Viera, actually. Do my earlier VODs have me as a Viera? They might, actually. I think I did VODs before I swapped over to Mikote. Patients, how were they? Good, they enjoyed meeting you. I'm concerned about Halric, though. Duke with the older Karas, think his time may be near. You with that discussion, then it's going to take Kip to what's not if you needed errands that needed doing. Suppose there is one thing. Pick up a nectarine from the markets, please. Just caravan just passed through, so Ron should have some fresh fruit. No! And this is something I want you to see right after we stop at Ron Stall, of course. The first VOD might have me as a Viera still. I do miss the tall, but I don't know. The hats started to get in the way, in my opinion. Looking fresh, looking over the top, as it were. I still have the Sprout icon, don't I? Yeah, because I'm not an Endwalker yet, so I still have the Sprout icon. Lack of it. Yes, the Viera have a disturbing lack of hats, and it greatly makes me sad. Back again, you need another taste of Ronron's wares? You're looking to buy a nectarine. Do you have any in stock? Yes, nectarine, peaches, grapes, fresh fruits. Given how richly you cracked your coin purse, I might still owe you for it. Food here, take this one free of charge. My dude, I will pay you for this. I will give you Gil. Never seen a more merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Don't worry about it. You don't want to know. What anyone tells you about some bread and some stuff that happened, it didn't happen. It didn't happen, I'll say. Sharp honeyed worms as well. Well, not for me, it's an offering of sorts. the distress. Worms, if you please. We wish you come again, my friends. I know, it's just the rabbit ears make it hard. Like, I don't, like, it's... They can only do so much. They're also limited by, you know, physiology. Shopping tour's taken care of. Let's head past the Aetheryte to the main tower. Want to show you what we've seen from the very top. Until you didn't get high off that mushroom bread. Oh, man. Worms are good. Rev, I believe that you would actually... Actually, I have a bone to pick with you. That is actually just clipping through the stairs. Back when I was testing games, I documented so much of that. Yes, I actually will stop and stare at something like that because I used to literally do that for a job. These glazed wigglers weren't too bad. I'll say, what? You're your precious one that buys this trip top tower, does it not? Glazed wigglers, you actually brought them. Shouldn't let you, but just this once, okay? Only once. It's growing through solid rock. Right. Okay, shall we? I'm sorry. No, yeah, yes. I have a bone to pick with you. Where's your Final Fantasy XIV drink series? Huh? Where's your Nanamo? Where's your Papalimo? Your Stola is going to be some weird, like, Kahlua coffee thing. I know it.
Look. Over there. Where the wall is broken.
The wall has been breached. Oh, no.
Do you see what lies beyond?
It's literally the Ring City.
That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness.
Oh, kind of like the burn.
Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance.
Oh, you're working on it. Okay, that was the bone.
That nectarine you bought. It's Halric's favorite fruit.
Figured.
Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true.
Well, too much of one thing. An extreme.
Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn.
She lost a lot of people.
Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals.
Trauma changes a person. It does.
I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough.
The fact that you do fight, that's what matters.
But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed?
That's the one.
Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons.
Yeah, he was not exactly the best.
But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here.
All you can do.
And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
You can see a little thing over there. Cool. I'll show you what I did when it comes to understanding the catastrophe which befell the first. One glimpse of an enemy wasteland beyond the wall is more than an hour of Ariange's lecturing. I need you to know beyond a doubt that Tesleen has no other choice. The nectarine will be kindness. This is the threat posed to others. When a person becomes an Eated, the pain appears to be excruciating. Heroes are truly fond of their wards and would spare them that suffering, and it's their way of fighting back against the fate worse than death. Yeah, no, it's some bad stuff right there. There we go. F-14 one active gun. Oh heck yeah! Sounds like a lot of fun. We had a nice time advantage to find the nectarine. Yes, take fruit. I'll say explain why I wanted this Heshi. I can see it in your eyes. We don't need it for that just to look at the others, and we've decided to keep an eye on Hallwork for now. Thanks to you though. And does come so that we'll be ready to send him on his way with a taste of happier days. I'll take that level up. Just killed the sound. Isn't happened for a little while yet, so it's a lot of we. So let's see if we can't lighten the mood. We don't have our gloomy faces worrying the patients. It's time for a welcome meal, don't you think? Take a seat and make us a nice stew. Bold of you to assume I'm culinarian.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
Stew actually sounds really good.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
Amazing. Bold of you to assume I've leveled any of my crafters. Exactly.
Oh, it's nothing, really. And we do so rarely have guests. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get.
Yeah. Kind of a messed up
I
job.
remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place.
No, it's not.
I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Unless he was there to fight the Warrior of Darkness, though. All of them.
I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same. Even the Sin Eaters.
Interesting. Trouble brewing. Is it going to be a bigger one? A bigger Sin Eater?
They're coming.
Because they can feel it.
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
They'll get you. Those patients. They'll get you. You'll look away for a second and they're gone. Just like escape artist. So we have to go look for Halric. I don't know what's gotten into him, but if he's wandering out there alone. Sign searchers and split up any idea where he might be headed. Or anything like this before, but it can't be a coincidence that the patients are suddenly so agitated they can sense something. Yes, let's keep the search close to the end. Halric isn't very sure on his feet, so we won't have gone far. Search each side. North and west, take everything from here to the south. Because this would make sense. We've heard allusions, story-wise, up to now of these larger, greater Sin Eaters. So it would make sense, especially because all the smaller ones flock to him, right? Flock to them. Seems like their aggro radius is, as I get aggro them as I say that. It's like their aggro radius just seems a little smaller as I hit their aggro. That's just okay. It's just a canyon. Yeah, I think he got lost. I think I broke aggro. That scissor jaw kind of worries me though. There's a... Wait, what do you mean? There's somewhere we can go here. Interesting. It looks like... So we can actually... We go beyond? I think we can go beyond the wall. At some point, at the very least. Interesting. I'm very curious to know how and where that leads. Well, not, I figured way later, right? But I'm looking at the map and I'm looking at there and I'm just like, there's a thing there. I figured there's going to be story reason later. Go beyond the wall, maybe. Suddenly find yourself under attack. Oh, hi! Forgiven Folly. Interesting. I feel like he's like, Kip, it's asked you to go to the FC house. Oh. like an annoyed parent. Let me finish up this before I go to the Alpha quest line, and then I'll head back over. Well, yeah, no, I figured it's very hard not to spoil anything, and I have my own, like, hey, this might be how this goes. No, like, I will figure it out in due time. Oh, seeing where I was. That YouTube uploads don't have any occasions to watch you live. No, you're totally fine. And watching Twitch is also just a different experience. But I'm glad that you're enjoying the YouTube content. And good to see you here. Hope that you're doing well. Hi, Lizard. How you doing? I'm just gonna start building up to 100. Just makes it a little easier. Maybe? Maybe? I'm gonna kill it. I'd rather it not aggro me on the quest objective. Reaper really lacks a stun in its kit, I've noticed. It doesn't have a stun. But to be fair, everything else it does is just so powerful and so potent. Doesn't really need it. Any theories yet? That Shadowbringers is going to be, the first part of it's going to be light, and then the second half it's going to be dealing with the dark and dealing with, you know, the balance itself. So we're in a world that is polluted. It is oppressed by light. Our goal is to rebel, maybe even quash that, bring balance back to it, but also deal with the darkness of the Ascians that wield, right?
The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Yes. That's a big boy. I'm gonna just throw a rock at it.
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones.
Yeah, you can see that.
It can only mean trouble. After it!
Don't you kill them faster? Exactly, yeah. Well, so there's also the theory that I'm going with of like, what if we're also infected by that light? That's not something that I can't really dismiss, because like we did lose to Xenos in early Shadowbringers. Like we lost the 1v1. So, I mean, I'm curious if we're going to be able to see something of like, we're infected with this light and we're having to fight against it. No, and their eyes are all white. They're a just blank slate. Ooh. Oh, please don't. And she's infected. Yeah.
Tessie, no!
I'm killing this overgrown harpy.
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it.
Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the outfit.
The time left to you is precious. No one should die in vain. Mother,
So all of their attacks, that wasn't a channeled attack either. All of their attacks bear that kind of poison. Yep. They're expelling that ether now. They're becoming a husk. Yeah. Broken down to their base components. And then reborn. Look, you have half a wing. Come on. You're not Sephiroth. You're not in jail. Come on now. This is very much reminding me of Dark Souls.
No.
I'll get you later. So she still is... Okay. Her will is still lingering there. Transmission a couple times. I believe it. It's gonna be a fun expansion. Yeah, so Holrick is still around, which is interesting. So I could try to tell Paris what happened, but I can't be that shoulder to lean on. Not like this. It's okay. I'm used to this kind of thing. Just so unfair. Really cheer with patience, telling them not to be scared. There wouldn't be any pain for all the people in the world to suffer such a fate. Yep. What a just absolute, just full force right hook. Just shock the rest of us. Appreciate that you're doing here. I really don't have words. Without a body, we can't even give her a proper burial. She cared about that sort of thing, about giving people a chance to say their goodbyes. Yeah. Over. He stands motionless, staring up at the sky where the Sin Eaters made their escape. Yeah, they didn't even grab Holric. With the Alpha no route first. I don't even know. I'm going to figure out what that is, and I'm going to compare and contrast both of them. I think what doing means a lot to them. She wanted to show the full transformation every instant of it, but they couldn't without sacrifice. Yeah, no, you have to... The T rating was... There were decisions made for that. I can absolutely see that. We realized we haven't... Thank you for rescuing Holric. You weren't hurt, were you? Even in a fight, I was too late, too slow. Thought I could protect you. Can't blame yourself. Things were beyond your control. You brought Holric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. Sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing my role here. Yeah, this is where she goes back to. The Crystal Torium, whatever it is. Forgive me for leaving you, that you'll delay Holric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course, she would have done the same. Farewell, Holric. Keep Tisline's words chosen close to your heart. Such a horrific fate. It really is. Every moment, I understand that you must feel. Surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes, and a purpose. That damn light, building without cease. The reason we can't save those corrupted by the Eaters. But if we corrected the balance, even if only by a little, even if it took years, to make things better. Now hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's what she intends to do. Right. Return to the Crystarium. Will not be able to repel the Eaters on my own. Feels like game to hurt them. Yeah, no, that's a huge turning point for a lot of people in the expansion. I could absolutely see it. All right, where we go? So. Oh, where the fuck are you? Yep. Yeah, because I can't even get over there yet, I don't think. Okay, just gotta go all the way back there, and I just gotta go past the Giga Cactars. We'll assume we haven't done... Right, we'll assume we haven't done the thing, done that thing before. Well, that his name is Skittish Mord. He is in fact a Skittish Mord. Like, these things, why? I'm assuming the red one is like a fate or like a world boss, right? I'm not actually noticing any fates here. Did they move away from fates? They can't have. We had fates in Stormblood. Oh, so it's a hunt specifically. Okay. Okay, I'll get to it eventually with hunt trains. There's a couple up, I'm just blind. That doesn't surprise me. Well, I'm used to the big markers. Yeah, the growth is warped. The plants of the oppressive light, the growth is in fact warped, yeah. Zone reputations and ranks now. Interesting. So they did get a little bit reworked. Got it. Stay here a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. Men and women at the end battle against this blight with kindness. Fight it my own way with steel. I feel like an age ago now. Anything I can get you? Enkidu. Swiftest armor. I need to return the crystal arm immediately. I probably still don't have access to it yet. I'm gonna wear goggles or fly over Amarang ever again. Barely gotten sand into my eyes. Help clear my head at least. Get ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe the seniors out, shall we? I'm assuming I'm gonna have to do the Alpha Note portion now. There's a new currency for the hunt now. Got him. Yeah, no, I need to go do the hunt trains because I want to get access to some of the mounts and stuff. I also need to get Unreals when I get to Endwalker because I want the stupid Luna Tender mount. I don't see why it would be a pick and choose. You'll have to do both of them. Yeah, because Alphino should be there next then. Seeking me out. Thank you for seeking me out. Meant a lot to me to have you there at my side. I was tempted to set up again for the moment. Set it upon a direction, but you still have to visit Alphino, haven't you? Yes. You were next on that list. I know my brother he'll be on the cusp of discovering something vital to our success. He hasn't already. I'm content to stay here and consider our option for the time being. Don't keep you waiting too long, eh? Alright, do I still need to go to the FC house? Visit Alphino and Kaluja A. Excellent. Mention your destination is an island off the west coast, so you'll need a mount capable of making the journey. Here's a letter of introduction. Present to Simjmai, Master Beast at Timnos Rocker. He'll take care of you. See Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Because I'm going to do the whole Alphino quest line now. Oh, I'm at 2.5 hours. Let me see. Tell you what, here's what we're going to do. If you're on the Kip TV channel, stream, stick around for just a second. If you're on the Kip TV channel, let me know what your thoughts on the introduction to Shadowbringers are. We will be doing Alphino and a little bit more in the next one. That way I have a little bit of a backlog. And yeah, you excited for Shadowbringers? You excited for Hildebrand Stormblood edition after we finish Stormblood? Are you excited to see what I'm going to call for Stormblood? Are you excited how I'm going to react to things in Stormblood? In the comment section, I'll see you all in the next